Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done like a sit down talking Q&A kind of video, so I thought that's what I'd do today. I've had an absolute crisis with my YouTube videos recently. The last 2 YouTube videos I filmed have been deleted from my camera, so I hope this one doesn't get deleted. If you're watching this, it's made it, but I was meant to upload a video literally tonight. I was halfway through editing it and my camera automatically just deleted all the footage again, which happened to my last video as well. So I've been having a bit of a stressful time, but I just thought I would go back to my old ways and sit down and do kind of just a talking video where I just talk at you, which I'm quite good at. Yeah, I asked on my Instagram story just to send me some questions or any advice you'd like to hear, and I'm gonna go look through them now. I'm finally back at uni now. I feel like I was off for a long time. I've been back at uni for 2 weeks now, and it's quite a lot. This term's workload is a lot more than last. Straight after I film this video, I'm gonna be like doing uni work straight away because I've got stuff due on Monday and it's now Friday. But yeah, this January has honestly felt like the longest, slowest month ever. I've been so uninspired with like uni and just everything, and YouTube specifically, so I just thought I'd go back to just talking at my camera because that's what I like to do. I don't feel like I've been doing anything interesting enough to film. I've just literally just been at uni these past couple weeks, or just in bed, or I'm gonna look through some of these questions you guys have asked. Update from my last video, I failed my driving test. I failed with 2 minors and 1 major, obviously that was a fail. It was a really sunny day and I was literally on my way back to the test centre, like about 5 minutes away from the test centre, maybe 4 minutes away from the test centre. I made a stupid mistake on the way back. It was such a bright day that day and it was really sunny in like my right eye, and I was coming up to a roundabout and I couldn't see, and I went. Looking back, it was stupid, but yeah, I went and there was a car coming. Didn't crash. I'm still here to tell the story, but it's really annoying, but it was my first attempt, so I'm gonna try again. But anyway, I'm gonna get on to these questions. Okay, the first one is do you have any advice on becoming confident within yourself? This is something that I on and off struggle with, and I've always struggled with for the past. I think specifically, I feel like I've talked about this loads in videos, but I think specifically when I hit that kind of second puberty when I was around like 18, 19, and my body changed, I put on weight, that is when my confidence has like never been so low. But I think you just have to remind yourself that every single person is an individual and everything about you is what makes you you, if that makes sense. It's very much easier said than done to like feel confident in yourself, not just even looks wise. Sometimes I don't feel confident in my personality. Sometimes feel really just like annoying or loud. Specifically, I get insecure that I talk a lot, because I do. Sometimes I catch myself just talking at people instead of having a conversation. That's something I like really feel quite insecure about sometimes, but I think you have to remind yourself that those are the things that make you you, if that makes sense. In order to be more confident, I think you just have to try your best to accept everything that makes you you, if that makes sense. There's many things that I don't like about my appearance, but I try my absolute hardest to shut them out, and also to remember that people see you in such a different light to how you see yourself. I saw somewhere once, probably on TikTok, it was something like, you see yourself every single day, like you see yourself in the mirror every single day, and you're probably used to like your features, but to someone else, they're seeing you for the first time and they probably notice things about you that you would never even notice, or not that you wouldn't notice, but just things that you've gotten used to within yourself, if that makes sense. My best advice for being confident is to just try and accept all the things that make you who you are and see it as a positive and not a negative, and try and just see like the beauty in the fact that everyone is so different. I don't know if I made any sense, I don't know if that was any help, but that's my take. Someone said, have you got a boyfriend? Yes. Someone said, what's your fave Gracie song? This is a hard one. I think my go-to would be Augusta. That's like kind of the first Gracie song I really listened to. From the new album, definitely Free Now. Someone said, advice on choosing what to study at uni. I actually have quite a lot to say about this one. Don't get me wrong, I don't regret the uni I went to or the course I do, but I think I kind of rushed my decision on what I wanted to do and just thought, yeah, this is the uni I definitely want to go to, I'm doing it. And I only applied to 2 unis. I applied to Salford, the uni I go to, and Manmet, and Salford was my first choice and I got in, but I chose 2 unis from the same city, and I never even thought of like exploring other places. I think the main reason I chose Manchester is because my mum's from Manchester. I'm quite familiar with the city and it's not that far away from home, and I think it is good for me that I am near home, but part of me kind of kicks myself for not like looking at other unis. Like I didn't even look anywhere else other than Manchester. This was the city I was always going to go to, and I don't know why, I just had it in my head. Yeah, part of me kind of wishes I took a little bit more time looking at unis and thinking about unis. So my advice would be just to look everywhere and choose something you enjoy, choose something you think you're going to enjoy doing, not something you think you have to do, if that makes sense. Uni is such like an amazing thing that if you're able to do, it's such like it's a privilege to go to uni, and it's an achievement that you've made it as far as you have to be able to look at unis. But yeah, do something you enjoy. There's so many courses, like there's so many cool things you can do at uni, and yeah, I definitely don't regret where I am now. I'm pretty happy with where I am today. Yeah, I do kind of regret not looking other places, because I feel like it opens uni is a chance to like open your world and like open you up to new things, and I don't think I ever gave any other uni a chance. My mind was just always on Manchester, but I'm glad I'm here. But definitely explore your options, go to all the open days and choose what feels right. As for courses, do what you want to do, not what anyone else wants to do. It's your course, you're the one that's going to be paying for it. There's no point being in a course that you're not happy with. Someone said, what would be your advice for when you know your friends, in quotations, aren't good for you? I think if you know that deep down, and you're even calling them friends in brackets, then they're not good for you in your life. I've had many friends. I have had many friend groups and friends over the years, and I think you know in yourself when a friend is good for you and when they're not. Like for example, my friend Will, we never get like soppy or anything, but I will talk highly of Will for a second. I've known Will since, I hope he's not listening to me right now because he's literally in the room next door. Hi. Me and Will have been friends since first year of college, and now we live together in uni, and yeah, there was never a doubt on my mind that he was a good friend, and that's what you should look for in your friendships. If you know straight away you're a good person, you're a good friend, we click, that's how it should be. And if someone's not making you feel like that, life's too short to be friends with people that make you feel like shit. Not to sound harsh, and obviously you shouldn't just drop someone. Well, if it's for a good reason, I think it is important to move away from certain friends, not drop people, but slowly distance yourself from people that aren't making you feel good. And I'm sure if they're not making you feel good, you're probably not making them feel good, because some people just aren't compatible as friends or as in relationships or whatever. Some people just aren't meant to be friends. Anyway, yeah, that's my advice. If you're even asking the question to me of what's your advice for when you know friends aren't good for you, I think that's your answer, if that makes sense. Someone said, what's your lip combo? Ooh, my lip combo changes quite a lot. But at the moment I've been using, where's my lip liner? Okay, my lip liner is completely blunt, but it's the Rimmel lip liner in Cappuccino. I've been using this for like nearly a year now. I really like it. I've got it on right now. It's like a brownie nude, so that's really good. This is something I've repurchased recently, but it's the Glossier. Oh, okay. It's the Glossier lipstick in Leo. I've been using this for fucking years. I feel like if you've watched my YouTube for a while, you've probably seen me use this before, but I ran out like over a year ago and I didn't repurchase it, and I repurchased it the other day because I saw it and I love it. But yeah, I've got those two on right now. And then as terms for like a gloss, hello, Glossier Espresso Balm.com. I also use, I've actually lost it right now, but I've been using it for a few weeks. It's the, I think it's NYX. It's the NYX like plumping lip gloss. It like burns your lip, but it looks really nice. It plumps your lips. But yeah, that's my usual lip combo. Okay, someone said, what is the biggest thing you learned in 2024? I actually have an answer for this one. I think the main thing I learned from 2024 was that it's gonna air me out completely, but that I like, how do I say this? I think I allowed myself to fall in love again, kind of. Sounds very cringe, but I don't just mean that. I just mean, I think for a long time I wanted to be on my own. Didn't want anything to do with relationships unless it was just like dates and like situationships and things. And then I think the biggest thing I realised was that's not me, and I think I was forcing myself to be someone that I'm not, especially because we're in the age of like situationships and all that shit. It's just shit. Situationships aren't real. Anyway, that's a different topic. I was hurt quite a lot in relationships. Had a rough year of 2023, that was a rough year, and I just thought that the best way to deal with that was to just go completely the other way, which isn't me, and I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, I think I just allowed myself to want to be in a relationship. Like, that shouldn't be a big deal, but in this day and age of situationships and just dating and things, but yeah, that's one thing I learned. Not do things just because that's the norm, if that makes sense, and just kind of open myself up to relationships again. Someone said how to manage uni burnout. That is a really fitting question because that is exactly how I feel right now. I don't think I've ever felt this much burnout from uni. I'm just so unmotivated with it all. Like, I kind of just want to graduate now and just start my life. I feel like I'm just kind of waiting to graduate, which is annoying because I did work so hard to be where I am now. I think the only way to handle it is just go through it, because I have had burnouts like this before with uni, especially in first year, and I did get through it and I started enjoying uni. I think another thing to do is go to every single lecture and seminar and do the work, because I think part of my burnouts come from being behind. If I'm behind in uni, obviously you're going to get stressed and then in turn you feel burnt out. But I think if you go to every lecture, try and just give it 100%. That's the only way to get through, and that's what I need to do. I need to take my own advice on that one. Okay, funnily enough, I know I mentioned this before, but someone just said, any advice on situationships? If you're in a situationship, you're in a relationship. There we go. If you have to put ship at the end of something, it's a fucking relationship. On a serious note, if someone likes you enough to be in a situationship with you, but not enough to be your actual significant other, fuck them off. They're gone. There will be someone out there that will be dying to be with you, not as a situationship, as an actual relationship. Like, there are people out there that want relationships. My mum always says this to me. She always said that more people than we think actually do want relationships, but because we're in the society of fucking situationships, everyone's kind of like tiptoeing around the idea. Like, everyone's pretending that they just want situationships when they don't. Obviously some people are dicks and just want to be with someone without being with the label, and if that's something you want to do, that's fine, but stringing someone along is a different thing altogether. And yeah, as I said, there will be people out there that want you, all of you, in an actual relationship, and you should not be wasting your time in situationships. Someone said, what's your favourite clothes shop / fave small businesses for your clothes? My favourite small businesses are Radio Dolls. I love Radio Dolls. So luckily been sent their clothes twice now, but before that I bought their clothes with my own money because I just thought they're such good quality and they're so like cute. I feel like small businesses are good for like more unique pieces, if that makes sense, instead of the basics. But yeah, I love Radio Dolls. They do such cute clothes. In terms of clothes in general, I am a victim of being obsessed with Brandy Melville. They just have such good basics that I can't stop buying. I really like Free People at the moment. They have really cute pieces. It's quite expensive, but their stuff is actually really good quality. Yeah, mostly I'm on Depop and charity shopping. I also love Peachy Den. Love Peachy Den. If I could have a whole wardrobe full of Peachy Den, I would. Someone said, do you have any advice on how to be on a first date / what do you do? I'm gonna say the most cliche answer, but it's just to be yourself, because I think the worst thing you can do on a first date is freak out and like act how you wouldn't normally act, because then you're not even showing that person who you actually really are. So how are they supposed to like know if they like you or not if you're not being yourself? And it is really hard to be yourself fully, especially with a person you don't know on a first date. You don't want to try and be anyone else for that person. Like, you could literally only see this person on a date once. You might as well be yourself. If they don't like you, and then you just have to do it and be confident, and kind of treat it like you're just going to meet a new friend instead of seeing it as like a love interest, because I think the thought of it being like a date can make it a lot more stressful than it needs to be. And remember that they're human too. Like, they're probably shitting themselves as much as you are. So yeah, you're both in the same boat. First dates can be scary, but they also can be really fun if you don't put too much pressure on yourself and the situation. Okay, I think that's all the questions I'm going to answer because I have been talking for half an hour straight, but I hope something I said today helped or made any sense. But yeah, hope you're all having a great day or night, whatever time it is where you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!